Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. It's Saturday and the last Saturday of December. It's time for your Saturday Psychic Sampler where you ask specific questions and I give you specific answers. Oh, you're getting an echo? Yeah? Yeah, anyone else? Sundial is hearing an echo. Anyone else hearing about echo? Let me know. It could just be on your end, so other people, let me know. All right, friends, let's get right on over to CardCam and let's see what we got. Okay, I today am going to work with the Smith-Waite Tarot deck, which, pretty easy, right? We all know this deck. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. I will take these in the order in which I see them. Y'all, follow along. And if you see me skipping someone, let me know. Country Love Homestead, glad you're here with us. And of course, a special shout out to everyone here today. And of course, to the members and the moderators, particularly. All right, Country Love Homestead. Oh, this is a fun one. There's a DJ who has caught my eye and heart, for that matter. He's super sweet and in tune with my needs. Do you see a solid future between us? It scares me how fast I'm falling for him. Is he worth it? Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. All right. Okay. We need to be a little careful here. We need to be a little careful. When we look at who he is, you're falling for the person you think he is, not the person you know him to be. So recognize that. Recognize that at this stage of the game, it's limerence, it's attraction, it's infatuation, and that feels like love, but that's not love because you don't know him well enough yet. And so you're falling for him, but be clear with yourself about what that does and does not mean. All it really means is that you want to spend more time with him and you want to get to know him. In your brain, though, you're skipping forward to, I'm sure this is the guy I want to be with. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because even if it is, you will make the situation harder by skipping steps. So, do I think there is some potential here for the two of you? I'm a little concerned because I think you're seeing a side of him. I don't think you're seeing all the sides of him. And I think once you do see all the sides of him, you may not be as pleased as you are right this minute, but let's give it a chance. Let's get to know him and see what happens, but let's not really think that you are falling hard for him. What you are is super attracted, and that is a compelling feeling. But let's not confuse that for love. Not yet. All right, and Country Love Homestead says, makes a ton of sense, yeah. And that's very normal for people. That's something we do. And, I mean, to be fair, it's really hard to know in the beginning because when you fall hard for someone like that, maybe it is the one and maybe it's going to be the one. And over time, you get to know that person for real. And it turns out to be, and then in other cases, it won't. Right? In this case, I'm a little concerned because I think he's showing you a very sweet side. And I see another side to him that I'm a little concerned about, but let's see. And Country Love Homestead, I'm certainly open to getting to know him more. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Exactly. Give it a chance. Get to know him. Report back here. We all want to know. All right. Okay, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. What would be mine and my son's blessing in the new 2025? I mean, I could be a real pain in the butt with that question and be like, well, you'll breathe air. That's a blessing, right? But let's take a look. Let's see. let's see. For you, I mean, in many ways, the blessing is simply being able to do what you need to do and having opportunities to keep doing what you need to do. It doesn't look like ease, but it looks like ability to keep going. And that is the blessing for now. Now, for your son, I mean, we already know what your son's blessing is, and it's significant, and it's you, and it's your son's dad too. Because as much as you and his dad may disagree about things, one thing you agree about is wanting to give him the best opportunities possible. And you're both willing to do a ton to give that to him. And that is his blessing every day of the week, every year of the decade. That is a great blessing to him. And if he's a typical young person, he won't recognize that yet. But when he's older, he will. All right. Damini, good to see you. Will Yega and I unite? And will his parents accept me when they find out I'm a trans woman? Currently, his parents like me a lot, and so does he love me. I'm just worried. So, Damini, so basically, you're trans and the person you're interested in and his family, they don't know that yet. Is that right? Like they care about you, but they don't know your full identity. Is that the deal? That's hard. I'm so sorry you're going through that. Okay, Damini's here. Yes, that's the deal. Okay. And I feel like Yega has been a little squirrely for other reasons too. But it does feel like there are some real feelings here. So, right. So, I mean, you're happy that you pass. No, I totally get that. But it's an interesting question. I am feeling more optimistic today. There have been times when I've looked at this and I've been a little concerned, but today I am more optimistic. I do feel, though, that like telling Yega is going to become important, because if you don't eventually, it's going to be perceived as dishonesty. So I do think you're going to need to have that conversation. I know it's hard. All right. Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Any predictions for 2025 for me from Spirit? Could be career, relationships, friendships, whatever you see. Certainly. Yeah, good luck, Tamini. Honestly, the cards are pretty positive today, but over time, I could see it going a lot of different ways. It's hard. I feel it could go well, but it could go in a lot of different directions. I think you have to be prepared for anything. I really do. I think you have to get to a point, Damini, where you're ready to know the truth more than you're afraid of it. You have to want it more than you're afraid of it. Okay. Yeah, good luck. Keep us posted. Okay, Trey, predictions for 2025 for you. I think this is the year where you move yourself forward career-wise substantially and really work out some of the things that make interpersonal relationships more difficult for you. I feel like you have some trust issues, you have some difficulty being vulnerable with people. And I think you're going to be working on that this year. So this is a year of personal healing. And I'm going to say real pathway to professional success. How about that? All right. Amy, good to see you. Okay, so he unblocked you from a fake account. You thought he was going to speak, but he ended up blocking you again with nothing being said. And you're wondering, why is he doing all of this? And the answer is because it entertains him. This is all about entertainment. And I would say if you could get to a point where you don't care about it, then it wouldn't be entertaining for him anymore. And it would be good to deprive him of that. Just saying. Okay. Sundial 40, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm battling major resentment for some family members. Got it. Understood. And letting it go doesn't feel possible. Hey, Joanne, good to see you. Okay, letting it go doesn't feel possible. I'm out of ideas on what to do from here. I feel like I lose no matter what action I take. And I mean, the things you feel are valid. You have valid feelings here. And I think the thing is, you're wanting to, I want to say, perhaps, you're wanting to have meaningful relationships with these same family members, but these same family members, I think, are not capable of seeing things from your perspective. They have a different perspective. And from their perspective, I mean, they're like, everybody's telling the truth, right? They're telling their truth. You're telling your truth. But they don't seem to have the skill to hear your truth and to acknowledge it as your truth. And so I don't think this is about forgiveness. I don't think it's about letting it go. I'm going to quote or tangentially quote Taylor Swift with the idea that you don't need forgiveness. You just need indifference. And what I think is hard for you is you don't want to feel indifferent towards your family members. But I feel like the issue is you want to be able to have a better relationship with them, but there's no way for you to do that from this perspective of resentment. And so what I'm going to say is it's a journey. It's not one thing that you do in one moment. So first, I think it's about coming to that place of indifference, or even coming to a place of understanding that different people have different perspectives, different people have different priorities, and there's some generational trauma here that is probably not the fault of anyone in that generation. You know, it probably goes back a few generations. This is an opportunity for your healing, and I think eventually you can enjoy a better relationship with some of these people, but it's going to come first from you having some distance. That's how I see it. Does that make sense? Let me know what you think. And when you say you feel like you lose no matter what action you take, I think that's because you want something from them. I think you have to stop wanting things from them. Sundial 40, so much truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we've all been there. I think this is part of the process. I do. And I think your situation may be a little more difficult, a little more egregious than some, but conceptually, this is part of the human experience, and it's part of growth. So there it is. Good luck. Keep us posted. All right. Diana Price, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We appreciate you. And we look forward to your presentation at StaarCon 5. Everyone, please remember, StaarCon 5 is coming. You can join in person or online for 1 day, 2 day, or all 3 days. And a link to do so is in the description. Okay. Kind of freaking out in a good way, but are my daily planetary prayers paying off? There's a tongue twister. I just feel like I got the final twist to do a truly innovative book on Mars. I really think I've got it now, or am I being delusional and I need to refine it more? Okay. I mean, why not? Like, why isn't this for you to do? You know, I feel like it's pretty clear. And I think there's a part of you that is trying to poke holes in it and sow doubt within yourself because that's what other people have done to you over time. But let's not do that. Let's just say, yeah, this is a good goal. Go do it. It's the right thing. It's definitely the right thing. So yeah, do that. Do that thing, Diana, for sure. For sure. Ooh. Oh, ooh, oh. Okay, here we go. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Who is really being dishonest? Ronald, Marcy, or both? Can I trust either of them? So here's the thing. I don't know that either are being maliciously or intentionally dishonest. I think that they may be dealing with their own hurts, their own fears, their own sorrows, and their own perspectives. Can you trust them or either of them? I mean, as human being, no. I mean, no. Right, Nalini's got some tea, right? Make sure it's all there. Nalini with a cup of tea, seriously. I mean, I think we have to recognize that they both are carrying a boatload of trauma and issues that make it hard. And so in some way, you can't trust them, but you can trust them to be the humans that they are. And I think we have to recognize that this is not intentionally malicious. It's just them being reactive. Does that make sense? Let me know. Smile Soul 20, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And you know what? I do want to remind all the members that we have a members only live stream Monday evening. The link is already up. Okay, Quinn Kilharius, Renata, so good to see you. I reunited with childhood friends yesterday, and it was super nice. What can I expect from this sudden reunion? People are busy. Like, it was so good. And I think there was like this real, like, okay, let's keep in touch. Let's, let's not let this go off to the wayside. But you're probably going to let it go off to the wayside because people really are busy. Try to stay in touch, but be careful about your expectations. Everyone's intention is the same, which is to stay in touch. But the reality, I think, is going to make it harder. All right. But you know what else, Renata? It is sometimes good as adults to get reminders that it's nice to have a friend. You know, that's a good thing. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. At last year's StaarCon, Nancy Hendrickson gave a great talk and in it mentioned vision boards. I'm planning to make a vision board this year, and I want to check in as to how I should frame it. That is, what are the things I should be trying to manifest? Initial thoughts are fulfilling relationship, abundance in my job, new job, travel opportunities, and a home. My question is, are these the most important things I should focus on? And how can I craft the vision board so these things manifest? The look, the feel of the vision board, daily practices around it, etc. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry you have a head cold. I hate it when that happens. Ugh. Okay. So, what should we know about your vision board? I think it has to include healing, because healing is from healing that all these other things emanate. The only reason you don't have those things right now is because of the healing that needs to do. So that's one thing. Okay. So the thing in doing the vision board is to be like, to really feel it emotionally, to see it and feel it like it already is. Not so it will be, but so it is, and to really, like, it's about breath and emotion and visualization. Those are the 3 pieces. So intentional breathing, clear visualization, clear intention. Beyond that, I think there's different traditions that might suggest different colors you would use or different numbers of things. If you have a particular magical tradition that you want to incorporate, you can, but I don't think it's particularly necessary. Now, the things that you are looking at, plus healing, are those the right things I mean, I think you could equally, like, there's a part of me that wants to take, like, your favorite picture of you, that picture of you in Italy from the back. I love that picture. A picture of you as a happy child, and sort of just go for all of the things that should be yours once you allow full healing. So I think you could do it a lot of ways, but I think the healing is the primary thing. And I know, you have been working on healing for years and you have done so much. But this could be a nice next step. Let me know what you think. Okay, Nalini, the tea. Always tea where I work. I'm not upset anymore. I just see them for who they are and not holding negative vibes. Fair. But it's not a good feeling to always be watching my back at work. I do see where it's helped me grow. Yeah. Yeah, that's not great. Okay. Hey, Pip, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. And Pip will be a presenter at StaarCon. I'm really excited for StaarCon, says Pip. So my question is there, this is about your StaarCon presentation. I was just working on mine this morning, so that's fun. Okay. So my question is there anything I need to know or can change or improve for my StaarCon presentation? No, man, it's perfect. Who wouldn't want to go to this presentation? It's perfect. Worry not. Oh, Melissa, that was super powerful. Okay, good. I was wondering how that was going to land with you. Good. Okay. Oh, Melissa, just listened to a podcast where a neuroscientist said you cannot manifest until you heal the inner child and shadow self. Already have a childhood picture in mind. Inner child stuff is huge. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It is. I do love this color as well. And the funny thing is the shirt doesn't fit well. I just wear it when I'm online because I do like the color as well. Isn't that hilarious? I don't like to wear it out in public. Funny things that are true when we live our lives online. All right. Okay. So, Mix You here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I don't have anything pressing that I can think of, but would love some wisdom from the cards generally, or maybe something to know or focus on in 2025. And we are going to do some like deep predictions of the new year on Monday for the members. But let's do that here as well for you right now. So, Michelle, it's not so much a prediction, but an advice that 2025 needs to be the year where you allow yourself the privilege of full healing. There is some part of you, I think it has to do with certain family dynamics where you are used to being on the outside. You are used to being the not quite okay one, according to other people. Oh, mix you air. Yeah, 100%. That's what needs to change. You need to recognize that you're not adjacent to everything, that you can be in the center of the world you want to be in. And so this is about having the courage to sort of say, right, make sure I'm the queer lefty black sheep, right. And I think you have to be like, so the people who can absolutely embrace you, and I've stopped using the term black sheep because I don't love using the word black to describe something that is unwanted. I've been calling it the tie-dyed sheep just because that works in my particular situation. But I think there is something about like being so colorful that people can't deal with us, right? They don't know how to deal with us. But I think that's what this is, Michelle. As you go into a new year, what happens if you throw off that concept of you're the bad one, or you're the questionable one, or you're the one who doesn't fit in, and you build your life where you're at the center of it, being your colorful self, and enjoy that, and let people enjoy you. Yeah, the outlier in the family, and that's understandable, and that's a lot of us. And the thing is, when we have that, we carry it with us. I have it too. And we carry it with us, and it makes it hard for us to recognize that just because we're the outlier in the family doesn't mean we're actually an outlier in our own society. So I think this is the year that you sort of allow yourself to be fully who you are and find the people who really enjoy it. Smile Soul 20 is like facts, right? Right? I think in this village, you're going to find, like, this is Misfit Island up in here, right? You're going to find that. But when we all come together, we recognize that we have a real village, we have a real community, and we have versions of that in our own lives, and that's the whole thing. Right? So there it is. Okay. All right. Lisa Harmon, how are you feeling? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. A card for the new year. Oh, maybe several. Let's see. Lisa, you are fighting Sundial 40. The tie-dye sheep is going to stick with me. Yeah. That works for me because I really separated myself from my family by choosing to follow the Grateful Dead for a couple of years. And so I was literally in tie-dye most of the time. But I think it works in a lot of ways, just because very often we are just too colorful. And there it is. Okay. Lisa Harmon, you are fighting a battle that years ago was unwinnable. Your current battle is winnable. And this is the thing that you need to know. Your current battle is winnable. So there it is. And to win it, you have to be able to endure what you are enduring. But it is winnable. And I feel like everything you're doing is working. So, I feel like for as long as I've known you, Lisa, you've had like these heavy things to fight. And now you're fighting a heavy thing. But I feel like after this, it will not be so heavy. Okay, what's going on here? Melissa, you use that phrase all the time. Make sure is nodding along. And Dorella, good to see you. 26 people in the chat and 16 likes. Let's hit the like button. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dorella. Really appreciate that. Let's get this live stream into the YouTube algorithm so other people can view it. Really appreciate that. Thank you. All right. And here we have Claire C. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Could a violent ex have been a sociopath? A full-on sociopath? Could that person be a sociopath? I would argue yes. And that getting away from that person probably saved your life in more ways than one. I would say yes. DH, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. How can I best prepare for the new year? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Look, you just created a 4-card spread. And Claire's like, I thought so, yeah. But what does that do? Like, with that knowledge, what does that do for your healing process there? Like, that's an interesting thing. When we figure it out, you know, that like, that wasn't me at all. That person was whack, you know, that's helpful, I think. Okay, DH has created for us a 4-card spread. Write this down. You might want to do it for yourself. How can I best prepare for the new year? Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I feel like spiritually, you're kind of already there. Like you are always ready for the journey spiritually. Always. Physically, I wonder if there are some questions that you have about what's going on with your body. You may need some diagnostics. Or it may be more about making friends with your body. But I feel like there's something unknown or incomplete physically that you want to take care of. Okay. Mentally, I think you have anxiety about something or you're overthinking something. So you might need to sort of meditate or figure out what's bothering you so you can handle that. Emotionally, I feel like there are some conversations you would like to have, but you're not sure if you can or should or will you. So I think emotionally, you are actively sorting out some things that have hurt you, which is appropriate. And spiritually, I just feel like you are prepared. You're already doing it. All right. Lisa, looking forward to getting through January. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Revival of Venus, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Vaishali. I'm facing a stuck situation in my life. I need to get rid of this being stuck kind of person. The problem is creating more problems and stress to me. I don't know why this happens to only me. It doesn't happen to only you. It happens. It happens. What is guidance for the situation, and will this get solved? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it might just, the energy might just change naturally, but a lot of this is about you sticking up for yourself to yourself. Like, you know the expression, you're your own worst enemy? I think there are ways that that is true for you sometimes. And so a lot of it is sort of changing the way you think and allowing yourself to win in your own thoughts. Good luck. Jenny, what good things can I expect for the first trimester of the new year? Oh, so some things that you have been working on, learning, figuring out, healing, I think you'll get it. Like, I think we see real improvement. So I feel like the best thing that you can expect is more courage, more sense of self-understanding, and more ability to process the things you need to process. So I think it's all about healing and great new adventures. All right. Jenny Berlin, good to see you. Will Brooklyn get the help she needs to start school? She's on the spectrum, very intelligent. Okay. I think you're really going to have to, or whoever's in charge of this, will really need to advocate. And it's going to be hard to get this to happen. But with the right advocacy, absolutely yes. Without it, probably not. So good advocacy is what's needed. Okay. Joy Isle, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I'm wondering about my mom's health. Is there a condition the doctors are missing? Also wondering what the cards say about the guy I've started dating. Way to sneak in 2 questions there. Well done. Okay, I'll do that. Right, because if you put all the questions in one paragraph, it's only one question, right? Well done. Okay, so And obviously, you know, when we talk about health, you know, all the disclaimers for health when we talk about reading on health with the cards. But is there something that's being missed? I mean, the thing is, you think there is. Whether I think there is based on the cards doesn't matter because you already think it. And if you already think it, then you need to act on it, or at least try to have those conversations. Because what I think here is not as important as what you think. So there it is. Now, the part where I feel much more comfortable, what the cards say about the guy you've started dating. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I got questions. I got some questions. I think there are ways that he's trying to show up as generous and capable and communicative. And those might be things that are really true. However, here's what you're going to watch out for. You're going to watch out for not taking responsibility for his own choices, blaming other people. You're going to watch out for anger. You're going to watch out for stubbornness and for being a stick in the mud. To what extent those things show up will determine what the future is here. But if I had to put money on it right now, I'm not loving this, to be honest with you. Hey, cool girl, welcome. Glad you're here. Okay. And yeah, Joy, I would definitely be looking for greater diagnoses for your mom. You know, better to be safe than sorry, right? Okay. Who's up next? Okay, good job. Cool girl, you've already put your question in. That is fabulous. I do them in the order in which I see them, so hang out, and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. Sundial 40, the cards are not liking the men today. So far, that has been the case. Let's see what happens. Martha Vink, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. What challenges might I be having in the upcoming year? What an interesting question. I think it's all about sort of planning for the well-being of yourself and the people you care about, and how does that all balance out? What are your needs versus the needs of your kid, your mother, your girlfriend, like all of the different people? How do you balance their needs, and how do you give yourself time and space to figure out what you need and want? I think that's the biggest challenge, which is, by the way, a blessing, right? Jolly James, the cards don't lie, right? Right. Okay. Serious Shakir, so good to see you. No question today, just hanging out and listening. All right. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. And Jolie James, thank you for the props for the word limerence. It is a good word for tarot readers to know. And your finances. Jolie James, will my finances improve in 2025? Let's take a look. Yeah. I mean, even the tower is reversed. You know, like we all have those unexpected things that take our money in one way or the other. But even when that happens, it's not going to be so bad. I think there is improvement here. Okay. Jolly James, I'll take it. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Barbie Bird, good to see you. Oh, I was hoping we would do this. Barbie Bird, thanks for being a member for more than a year. Julie James, you are very, very welcome. Okay, Barbie Bird. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Not going to lie, I'm stuck on something from last week. You mentioned D was symbolic of a family member. Can you shed light on that some more? Is it my sister? I'd like to understand this better. Okay, we'll do that. Just feedback from Martha. Those things are certainly on my mind already. I can see how they will be significant in the years to come, especially with mom's health. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So now, is D symbolic of a specific family member or sort of a family energy that comes towards you? I don't think it's one specific family member. I think it's a family energy that comes towards you where you get marginalized in your family. And I think every family member, sister and others, can occasionally do that, where, you know, we're just making a little excuse for you. You're just a little bit off. Like, well, you know how Barbie is, you know? I mean, it's Barbie, right? And I feel like they don't puff you up, they deflate you. And it's in little ways, and it's done in loving ways, unintentionally. It's completely unintentional. And I don't know why you get to wear this, but I think it's because your sister resisted wearing it, maybe. And so I think it's just a whole family energy that makes you good enough, but not quite. And so when there's a guy that's going to give you some attention, but not the full amount of attention, it's the same energy. That's my thought. Tell me what you think. So yeah, it's just a little general marginalization. That's all it is. Okay. Dr. Aled, so good to see you. Robin Renee, hope you're doing well. Why does my grandson Ramon cry all the time? What does he want us to know? And we recognize, hey, Joy Isle, I just did you. I did you like, how many people ago? Like just a few people ago. So yeah, you're done. I did you. Scroll back and there it is. Okay. Okay. Dr. Aled, why does Ramon, and Ramon is, by the way, a baby. Okay, this is not like an 18-year-old grandson crying all the time, just for everyone following along. Baby Ramon is a baby. Why is he crying all the time? I think he's just developing his lungs. I don't think there's anything particularly problematic. He might need more time with his dad, but I think he's just developing his lungs. Seriously, I think he's okay. Joy Isle, no problem. Glad you're here. Just scroll back and then do me a favor. Come back and let me know your thoughts. And if you have follow-up questions, go ahead and do that. Would love to know what you think. Okay. So, Dr. Aled, I don't think it's a specific thing. I think he's just developing his lungs. I really do. Okay. Dorella, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Oh my. Will my sister be apologizing for what she said on Christmas? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you went through that. I doubt very much she'll be apologizing. I think she will not be. And you'll have to figure out what you want to do about that. I'm sorry. Hey, Joanne Liz, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Joanne, you have been on my mind so much. At our last tarot meetup at the end, you were like, do you do a year ahead tarot reading? And I really don't. I do it for others. Other people like it. I really don't. And I feel like I should have explained myself a little more there, which is that I do find value to the practice. I just don't find value for me, if that makes sense. So there's that. Okay. So here it is, Joanne. Please give me news for the new year. New job? Finances? And the thing is, you so desperately need something new. And I think it bothers you substantially. I feel like some of the issues that you've been dealing with, like the thing that keeps you in your job and keeps your job kind of sucking, I feel like there will be a solution, probably by summer. So I'm not sure what the solution is, but there will be a solution. So just hang in there. Now, what do you need to do to help create that solution? Honestly, just hang in there and do what you need to do for yourself. That's really the key. All right. Julie. Okay, a card from Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva wants you to know that you are acceptable exactly as you are. Sometimes you don't see that or feel that, but yes. Okay, Nick, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Can we see if there will be any new people coming my way in 2025? Friends, lovers, collaborators, or otherwise. And the thing is, this is totally up to you. All of those things are available to you if you choose to welcome it. Look at those 3 major arcana cards. If you choose to welcome it, it's there for you. If you choose to avoid it, you can avoid it. Totally up to you, your choice. But I think because you're asking about it, you want it. So what do you need to do to be open to it? First of all, believe that it's possible. Secondly, be willing to exit people from your life. Once they're in, if you find that it's not a good vibe for you, it's just not it, let them exit. I think you have a hard time letting go of people once they're there. So that's going to be important too. A penny for your thoughts. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Is it time for me to get my KE business off the ground now? I think it's challenging right this minute, but I think like within the next maybe 5 months or so, yes. Like not exactly this minute, but very soon. Febborn, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. What changes and or can I expect for 2025 predictive-wise? A lot of it's going to be what you choose to create. And a lot of it is about how much are you willing to welcome other people into your life, to communicate with other people, and specifically to heal from the damage done to you by people. Like you need good people, but people are so hard, right? Because they're our biggest damagers as well as our biggest allies. And so you need to heal from the damagers and find the allies. There it is. Ah, Nick, I hear that. Very good. Very good. Baby Cakes, good to see you. Reminding everyone to keep your eye on your bank statements this time of year. Absolutely, yes. Thank you. Sophia E. Will there be love in January? Let's take a look. I think there will be some good things in January that you're working on, but maybe not love until we get to February. So be open to the possibility. I think it's coming. I'm not sure it will be January. Nick, good, perfect. Yeah, sometimes you'll hear things where I'm not reading for you. I'm reading for the person who asked the question, but what you hear will be helpful. So yeah, that can absolutely happen. Okay, and it should happen, actually. All right. Sophia, you are very welcome. Okay. Claire C. Following up to the thing about the sociopath, why was I fooled by the sociopath? Well, we're all asking ourselves that question, right? Because, you know, we've all been there. I think a lot of us have been there, right? And we're fooled because we want to be fooled. We're fooled because they're good at it. That's what makes them a sociopath. They're believable. It's not your fault. That is like, you all get my full face for this. Because this is not a question for tarot, because it's just the reality. When you love a narcissist, when you love a sociopath, the aftermath of that is we feel bad, we feel guilty. Why did I believe him? Why did I let that in? Why did I do this? How did I attract this? We feel bad about ourselves. And what we have to do is recognize who the villain here was, and it's not us. And if we got out of the situation, we won. So there it is, right? And I say that to you, Claire, but to myself and to every one of us who has had to endure that, which is most of us. Wouldn't you say? I think so. Love is the trend. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's go back on over to card cam. Okay. Okay, Baby Cakes, I think you're up next. Does the current job that I was interviewing for have any potential to stick? Will I get it, even if for 3 months? Is there anything I can do to increase my chances of getting that if they invite me for a trial? Okay. Nick, that is so real, surviving sociopaths, right? Right. And I mean, really, that's true for sociopaths, narcissists, wounded people, and just plain garden variety assholes. Claire C., you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. Sorry, Barbie. Definitely check it out and get back to me, though, because I want to hear your reaction. Okay. So, Baby Cakes. Any potential with that current interview? Only a small potential. Only a small potential. Do we think they will invite you for a trial? It's possible. And what do you do if they invite you for a trial? Just be kind and loving like you usually are. I think if you get the trial, you'll get the gig, honestly. So it's like, I guess I'm 50-50 at the end of the day as to whether they'll reach out or not. But I do think there's a chance. A 50% chance, in fact. I realize that's not terribly helpful, but there it is. Okay. Lola Mannequin, good to see you. I've been reading way too many romance novels this winter break. I want to live a steamy romance too. What do the cards say about that? When am I going to meet a hot babe? I hear you. I hear you. I think you've got some hurt from the past to get over first. I think there's some healing to do. But when do I think in the new year you could have a good romance? I'm going to say ideally by the summer. But again, there is healing that needs to happen first. And here's Jolie James thinking about Fabio. That's hilarious. Okay, cool girl. Good to see you. Wanted to ask how Jonathan is feeling about me and what his next actions toward me might be. All right. And there's a part of me that feels like, it's never a good situation if you have to ask that question. But let's take a look and see. What is he feeling? How is he feeling? I think there's some difficulty here. I think he doesn't really know what to say. I think there's some upset, but also I think he cares for you, He cares for you, but there's some upset. What will his next actions be? I think he feels like this may not work, but I still think he's like, I'd be careful. Because I think he might feel like a relationship is not going to work, but let me get in there for a quick hit anyway. So be careful about his intentions, because I think he does like you, is attracted to you, does feel kind of weird about some things in this situation. But I don't think he's looking for a future here, but I think he is looking for some satisfaction. So I don't know if you want to give him that. Be careful. your birthday is on Monday, baby cakes. Well, happy almost birthday. Okay, here we go. Hey, Dina Moscow, it's good to see you. Ah, Penny, for your thoughts. V wants to know if her sister will move closer to us. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, cool girl. Not that I'm the arbiter of who deserves what, but that's what I was thinking. He doesn't deserve that access. That's what I was thinking. Agreed. Okay. Penny, for your thoughts. V asks if her sister will move closer. And the answer is yes, I think so. I think that will happen. Okay, Cassiel. Thanks for being here. Is my connection with Archangel Michael real, or did I somehow make it up? I could also say, is Archangel Michael real, or did someone make it up? You know, I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? Like, is any of this real, or are we all just making it up? Let's take a look. Let's see what we think. Okay. I think there is definitely something going on here. I think you are experiencing something that is real. Now, whether Archangel Michael is a real entity or whether Archangel Michael is a myth, but you are connecting with something that feels that way, okay, great. Or whether Archangel Michael did not exist, but because of the myth now exists because we have brought him into existence. I mean, any of these things are true, right? We don't know. But I do know you are having some kind of real experience that feels healing. And as long as it feels healing, it's a good thing. Okay. Smile Soul 20, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for 3 years. We really appreciate you. Do my ancestors have a message for me? They recognize that you have not been happy of late. They recognize that you have a strong spirit and they want you to keep your strong spirit strong as you go forward. And they want you to know they're doing everything they can to help make things better from where they are. Nick, now that's the question. I'm okay with the placebo effect. So I think it was Israel Regardie who came up with the idea of the spiritual switchboard in talking about paganism and the pantheon, the different pantheons, that even if the gods and goddesses did not exist and it's all myth and made up, if we pray to them and if we do magic with them and if we give them offerings, they come into existence in some way. It's an interesting theory, right? Who knows? All right. Smile Soul 20, you are very welcome. All right. Hey, Lily, good to see you. And your birthday is on the 1st. That is great. And Loves the Trend says, yes, that's interesting. And I'm not, was it Israel Regardie? I think so. But it was a long time ago when I was doing that kind of reading. So I could have gotten it mixed up, but you could start with that. Yeah. Okay. Love is the Trend. Good to see you. Wanting to ask how JS the Libra is feeling about me. All right, let's take a look. Feeling challenged by you? Feeling interested in you, but a little bit afraid. And I think there is some attraction. Here. But also a little bit of fear. I would say that this person may want to make a move, but doesn't know how. And what I'm going to say is if this person cannot make a move, like don't you do the work for them. Let's see what this person can do. Because how they're feeling does not matter as much as their actions. And I see them sort of back and forth on that. So let's see what they do. I think there is interest. I do. But I also think there's fear. And you're like, let me know if there's a follow-up question. Yeah, falling back at this point, I think that's best. Because either this person will step forward or won't. And it may not have to do with how they feel. It may have to do with how much courage they have. And since you don't want to be with some weak-ass wimp, it'll sort itself out. Okay. Okay, Bianca Tarot, good to see you. You're on time. You're good. My question is, I'm moving out for the first time in 3 years and want to know how that process will go. Yeah, you've asked this question before, and I think that's so interesting that you've asked this question now more than once. It's 3 years away, and yet it's so much on your mind. And I think that's very interesting. Like I'm all like, why is this so much on your mind? And I think it's because you're not happy in your current situation. I feel like your current situation is hard. And this 3-year number, like you're moving out in 3 years, I think that is something that has been planned, but I'm not sure by whom. If it's by you or if it's by someone else. And my question is, do we really have to wait that long? Like, you know, and I think what you're trying to do is make sure that you're going to have financial security. But I feel like the trade-off is hard here. So I'm questioning the question. And I'm questioning the question because it's not the first time you've asked it. I've done this reading before. But I'm questioning it because why would a person ask that question more than once when it's so far in the future? And I think it's pointing us to things that are going on right now that are problematic. And I think you have to look at what's going on right now and try to fix it right now, not in 3 years, but right now. That's what I think. Let me know if you have further questions there. Okay. Right. You'll be done with school in 3 years. Right. Okay. You missed it the first time and couldn't find it when you looked back. Okay, fair. But here's the question, since you're here with me, Bianca, why do those cards look so dark? Is it school? Is school hard? Is your living situation hard? Like, why do those cards look so dark? Is there something you're afraid of? Right, it's family issues. There are serious family issues there. And I recognize that like being done with school and having that degree will make it easier. But I would also argue that you could probably find a better living situation right the heck now if you wanted. And I'm not saying you should or you must, but I am saying the fix for the family situation may be to get the heck out of there because a lot of damage can happen in 3 years. And I feel like there's just sort of this story, and I don't know if this is your story, your family's story, but the idea that if you're not making a bunch of money, you shouldn't be out on your own. And if that's the case, I should still be living with my parents and they're dead. So I got questions. I have so many questions about this. And when we look at how your studies are going, you know, some of the stress could be the studies too. But what I'm wondering is, does your current living situation make your studies easier or harder? Or is it neutral? You know, so I have questions about the whole story because I feel like it's difficult. And I get now why you asked the question twice. And I think if you just, I'll answer the question once again. Bianca, what you need is a bunch of roommates and to live like a student with a bunch of roommates. Might be better. No, you can't heal them, but you can walk away from them, potentially. And The question is, like, if you do it the way it's planned, you stay there until you get your degree, and not only your degree, but your first job in that field. Okay, so let's play with that. Getting your degree over the next 3 years, I think you're absolutely able to do it. I think it's hard, but I think you are able to do it. Would it be easier if you were not living there? In some ways, yes. In some ways, no, right? Now, once you get your degree, getting your job, see, I think that's scary too, because like it could take 3 months to get a job, right? Will you eventually be able to work and make good money in your field? Eventually, but I think you have got a lot in your mind sort of riding on the idea that this degree makes a huge difference. And in the long run, it does. But it's going to take longer than 3 years to get the money out of this degree. And so this is where I think the plan might be a little faulty, that you may need to learn how to live on your own cheaply. Anyway. And I think you can do it. And I think in the long run, yeah, you'll do fine. But the idea that you're just going to be making the money as soon as you're done, I don't think it's going to go that way. So that being the case, you may make other plans. Keep us posted. All right. All right. And good luck. Okay. Here we go. Lily, so good to see you. You're a New Year's baby. That's so great. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Coming to Florida on the 2nd. You have a doctor's appointment on the 8th. Oh, so you'll be here in time for StaarCon. That's good. Doctor's appointment on the 8th, and I want to see how that's going to go. There'll be some things that need to be addressed, but I don't think anything bad. I think it'll be okay. And Cassiel, you are very welcome. And Lily, I think it is fabulous that you start your personal new year on the same day we all start a new year. I love that. Hey, Gemini Sun, good to see you. Thanks for being a moderator. When do the cards see me leaving Florida? Unclear. I feel like it could take months. I feel like a lot could happen in the interim. So unclear. I'm sorry. If you want to ask another question, please feel free. Oh, Barbie Bird, thanks for the insight on my reading. It's helpful, and hopefully I'll be able to cut the cord with Dee soon. I'm working on adding more people to my life, so cutting him is easier. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Okay. Oh, and you added some other comments up. Oh, okay. I will look for that. Thank you. Oh, good. I see it. Yeah, good enough, but not quite. I was unsure how it was my sister, but maybe just picking up on the energy of family. And I felt sheltered from information growing up. A lot of semi-patronizing comments that were totally from a loving place, but obviously backfired. Yeah. Oh, Lily, keep us posted. Yes. Hey, Ms. Intricate, good to see you. And Dee used to withhold information and the truth as well. Yep. And Dee does the patronizing comments too now that I think about it, but in a very different way. Oh my, yes, see, there it is. And even if you don't like it, you're familiar with it, and so it feels like love when it's not. Ms. Intricate, why is my specific person being silent or distant? I don't get it. do they know you're there? Like, do they know that they are your specific person? Like, I feel like you two are having two different relationships is the thing. And probably how they're acting is something you need to be aware of. Like they're doing what they want to do. Nick, sometimes no answer from the cards is the best answer, right? Right. Gemini Sun, here it is. Okay. Is this job opportunity I received a good fit for me? I think it is. I just want to make sure it's real and is really going to happen. You know, like I feel like there's some more steps. I feel like if it is real, it's good, but let's make sure it's real. Okay. Okay. Clean Music Lover, good to see you. Is my coworker Cam interested in getting to know me? I think so, yes. Maybe as a friend, maybe more, but I do think there is some interest there, and it might be romantic interest, it might be sexual interest, but I think there is some interest there. Okay. Okay, Everett Braggs. Will I be able to purchase a car in January? Very likely, yes, and you will love the car, and your friends will all want rides. Sorry, Miss Intricate, I am so sorry. All right. From my perspective, my friends, I've answered every question. If I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. That's never my intention. Please reiterate your question at this time. If you're here and you have not asked a question, it is last call for readings, y'all. I want to thank all of you. Hey, Playboy Bunny, good to see you, new subscriber. Go ahead. If you have a question you want to ask for the cards, go ahead. I'm just wrapping up, but I'll be happy to read for you before I go, so get that question in. Everyone have a great weekend. I will be back Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. with your 3-card weekly reading. I'll also be back Monday evening just for the members as we plan for plans, goals, strategies, and predictions for the new year. Okay, here we go. And Martha Vink wishes us all a happy new year. Thank you so much, Playboy Bunny. Wanted to ask how John is viewing me currently. I feel like there's been a weirdness here. Like, I feel like there's a distance. I feel like John is distancing, and that's what's going on. I don't know if that's what you're expecting, but I feel like John wanted to control, wanted it to be a certain way. It's not that way, so now there's distance. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. All right, my friends, in the description for this video, Playboy Bunny is, let me know if there's a follow-up question. And Nick, all these new subscribers, you're on the cusp of 4K. I know it. Looking forward to that. So, in the description, a link for StaarCon. Learn about StaarCon. Everyone can participate. Just figure out how you want to participate. You can also book a reading with me. I'm available right through the holiday season and beyond. And you can become a member of this channel. Playboy Bunny. I went out of state for the holidays, but didn't chase him for attention. And I think that put him off. Yep. He didn't reach out, and neither did I. So, yeah. So, that's just, that's silly. Right? I feel like he was looking for you to chase him. And what do we need that for? We want someone who is going to come forward. If he's interested, come forward. We We don't chase, we attract. That's what I think. All right. Reach for the people that reach for you, right? Yeah, absolutely. My friends, I appreciate all of you so very much. Do reach out, book a reading, get your StaarCon ticket. I'll be back on Monday. I look forward to seeing you then. Members, make sure you join us Monday evening. Make sure you've got that marked. The link is already up for both of those things. I appreciate all of you so very much. Have a fabulous weekend, and thank you all so much.